G'day, my name's Henry and I'm going to show you a cheap and simple way that I drain my dams in preparations for a flood. The Bureau of Meteorology forecast for the rest of the year is rain from the east via La Nina, rain from the west via a negative Indian Ocean dipole, and rain from the south via the southern annular mode. Even if we get lucky and there isn't another flood, there's a high probability of above average rain to keep filling your dams. The reason to drain your dam is to minimise the runoff into creeks and rivers during a big rain event, which could help reduce flooding or water pooling where you don't want it. And given we currently have high stream flows, high water table, and some flat areas are still sodden from the last flood, it doesn't take long for water to start running on the surface. Get a length of 1.5 inch or 40mm poly pipe that's long enough for one end to reach 5 metres into the dam and the other end to reach the bottom of the dam wall. Standing on the narrowest part of the dam wall or in the spillway, feed the pipe into the dam until you're holding the end. Hold the pipe with one hand and use the other hand to seal the end. Now begin pushing and pulling the pipe in and out of the water. As you push, lighten the seal to let air pressure seep out, and as you pull, keep a firm seal and you'll feel the suction of the water moving up the pipe. Keep repeating this until water comes squirting out, and then make sure that you seal the end tight so the water doesn't run back out. Now carefully drag the pipe to the bottom of the dam wall or until you are below the dam's water level and release your hand. Water should start flowing. If only a little bit of water comes out, then you're not lower than the dam's water level. If a lot rushes out, then the dam end of the pipe is probably no longer underwater. If the water flow slowly stops over a few minutes or even hours, then there is a hole in your pipe where air is getting in. You can set up as many pipes as you want in any size you want, but that pipe starts to get pretty heavy over 3 inches. A small dam will take a few days to drain, which means you don't have to stress about stopping it draining at the desired level, as it will be around that level for a few hours. You can also shorten the amount of pipe in the dam and it will work like an automatic shutoff. The advantage of setting up a siphon is not using fuel or electricity, and there's no wear and tear from running your pump around the clock. And the lower pressure means there's less water running into the creeks and dams all at once. If you want to make your life a bit easier, you can put a swing valve on the dam end of your pipe. This basically works like your seal hand, but at the other end, and the weight of the valve helps keep the end submerged. The valve and the pipe fitting will probably cost you about $80. To stop the siphon, you can either pull the dam end out of the water or curl the other end up to the top of your dam wall. This water will stay in the pipe for a quick restart when necessary. Before you start, make sure you know where your water is going to go. You don't want to flood one of your paddocks or your neighbours. It's up to you how much you siphon out. If you're using your dam for stock or for irrigation, you might only want to empty half of it, as we don't know when the next rains are coming. If your dam is contaminated in any way, be it algae or chemicals, then you shouldn't be draining it out into the waterways. After the rain fills your dam, wait a few days for the runoff to drain before you restart your siphon. If there's large rain in the forecast, it's a good idea to drain as much as you can. But don't use the siphon during the rain, as you don't want to add to the runoff. If there is enough rain, your dam will still overflow. But if we can delay how quickly it overflows, then it will take a larger rain event before the creeks and rivers break their banks. And that could be all the difference.